I've started the recording. And hi guys, welcome back to the sessions, the AR cohort. This is week 3, and today we have Bhagya with us. So this is a collaborative session where we both have will be teaching some SDF, advanced SDFs, and 2D creation pipeline, 3D creation pipeline, and tips, tricks, and hacks. So yeah, I'll just give the stage to Hani. He can introduce himself.
Yeah. So hey guys, I myself, Bhagya, you already know me. And for those who don't know me, I create Instagram filters and I'm a coach. And we have Varun Raikar here. He's a good friend of mine. And yeah, as I told you guys, we are going to explain SDF, 2D creation pipeline, 3D creation tips and tricks, and then we are going to give you assignment for week 3. Cool.
Yes. So yeah, let's just directly get started. I'll share my screen here. Just let me know at any point if the screen sharing goes off. Sure. Yeah, this, you can see the screen, right?
Yep.
Awesome. I'll just get my chat here. Okay, got it. So let's just start with SDFs. So usually you can do SDFs with planes and rectangles, but it's best practice to do it with the rectangles. So let's just add a rectangle. I'll center it. And the main advantage of using SDFs is it is a lot more optimized than using a texture. So let's say you want to have a star in your effect. You want to have a animated star in which the number of sides of the star animates. So if you have that as an animation texture, it will be too heavy on the filter and it will increase the size of the filter, and also the CPU required to run that is a lot more. But when you use an SDF, it takes very less resources and it's a lot more, it looks better, I would say, and you have a lot more procedural control over it. We'll be seeing that right now. So we have a rectangle. As usual, we'll give this rectangle a material and we'll change this to rectangle material. Now create a texture for that. Create a patch for the texture. Now here you can see, let's just double click on the patch editor and search for SDF. When you search for SDF, you have a lot of these. The definition of SDFs is sign distance field. You can see here at the top, that is sign distance field. These are the shapes that we have available in Spark AI Studio: line, star, scale, slant, twist, union, repeat. We'll just go through the majority of them which we use in our regular projects. So the first one would be really simple, that is a rectangle. So right now we have SDF rectangle and its center is placed 0.5 here and 0.5 here from the X and from the Y, and its size is 0.5 and 0.5. You don't have to worry about exact and sharp, and just connect this to here, to the material of the rectangle. Here you can see nothing. That's because we need to add a step before that. So let's just add a step and connect the rectangle SDF to the edge and connect this here. So here what you can see is, if you connect that directly to the diffuse texture, it doesn't show up. So when you connect that to the step, it shows up right now. So we'll create some cool shapes with this. We'll go through them one by one. Let's just add a smooth step. Connect this here. And connect it here. Okay. You can make some really cool gradients with this. So let's say if you had a SDF line, connect this here and connect this here. Let's just remove this. Here you can see this gradient type of pattern that is being created, and edge minimum and edge maximum, you can change these numbers to create shapes. So one of the practical use cases of this is to create alpha masks. I had used that in one of my recent projects. So yeah, this, if you change its values, then we can have it inverted. Or you also have a SDF function for that. That is SDF. Let's see. It was SDF complement, I believe. Okay. It changes. Nope. Not that. So when it's 0, you have this line. This line is our alpha mask, I'd say. You can change its width by going into here, and you can also change its direction. So let's say you wanted a diagonal line, you can do it this way instead of using an alpha texture.
Varun, show them the shining effect that you created in the filter.
Yeah, the filter is released. I'll just open that, and that will be very useful. Instead of that, I'll just recreate it. Wait,
Sure.
what we'll do is I'll add a plane, or else we can recreate it in this as well. Okay, so we have this rectangle. I'll just import both of the textures right now. That will give you a more practical use. Okay, yes, I have this. Import, remove compression. This is text base, and get another one, text blur. Angle, okay. Text base, text blur. Now just add the, oh, we'll add it in the patch editor. Text base has text base and text blur, add text blur. Okay. So let's just first give it texture. So right now, change it to 500 maybe. No, too much. 300. Okay. And we'll change the text blur to add. So we have got this glowing text. Now what we'll do is we'll animate this glowing. So if you keep it like this, it doesn't look interesting. So we'll animate the glowing using SDFs. So first of all, what you need to create is, we'll have the text base as it is. We'll just animate the text blur. So create a texture for text blur, and drag the text blur image. Then since we need to animate in a line, we need a SDF line. So let's search for SDF line. And then we'll need a step. We use a smooth step because we need a smooth line with the gradients in at the both of the edges. So connect this here and change the step to 0.25. That works. This will be our alpha mask. So if I connect this directly here, as you can see, it is looking like this, but we need it to look the opposite. So just make it like this. We have got it. And we'll adjust its half width. So this is too much. So just reduce this as much as you like. So this would be 0.35 or 0.2 also looks good. And here I can change its gradient size. So one works fine for now. And we need to animate it in diagonal direction. So what we'll do is we'll increase its y value of the normal to 1. So it is in a diagonal pattern. And we have got this alpha texture. Next, we'll add a mix patch. Add a mix patch and connect the alpha to this, the second input of mix patch, and connect this to the text blur. Okay, something is not right. We don't need a line for this actually. Or we can make this let's remove the add from here. Let's just animate this and we'll see about the blend mode. Yeah. Base, RGB, this. Nope. Let's just animate this first. So you can animate the offset. So it looks something like this. The glow. It should go from 0. How much? Okay, minus 0.5 to plus to 1.5. So we'll add a transition patch. Vector 2, because we have 2 inputs here. So connect it to offset. It should go from 0.5 to 1.5. Okay, y can be 0.5. And add a loop animation patch. Okay, use mirrored. Okay, this looks cool, but there's some issue in the blending mode of that. So I guess we can probably change its blending mode. Nope, this doesn't work. Text blur. I have the same exact file in version 123 where the glow looks good. But yeah, oh, sorry, I thought this is the right one. I connected the alpha of that. So yeah. Do you guys understand how we can make this glowing shining line? If you had this texture animation done in After Effects, then it would be too heavy on the effect. Right now we are making all of this animation procedurally inside of Spark AI Studio. You can change its duration, you can change the width of the line and the gradient and everything.
Yeah, if you create this effect in After Effects, then first you will have to export the video, then you have to change it to sequence, image sequence, and then you have to apply it in the filter, and it's probably going to take 1 or 2 MB of your filter. So it's better to make it from SDF. If you got the
Yeah.
concept, please drop emoji, thumbs up, or if you don't, then please drop thumbs down emoji.
If you didn't get it, just let me know. I can show it again. So the size is really less. It's just 195 KB, and that too the texture, because the texture is aren't that optimized. But yeah, we can optimize that further. Or if we have this texture made in Spark AI, then we can optimize it further. You got this? We'll move to the next, next SDFs. Okay, I'm guessing you got this. Nice.
Yeah, it's clear.
Thank you. And next, we'll create some other shapes other than this. We'll keep this logic aside. We'll create a new canvas.
It is something like I always wanted. Like always I do something like get the video and do animation and all. And later on I end up with large files and all.
Yeah, this is super useful for that. And remember last time we made audio bars, the audio reactive bars.
Yeah,
We can do that in one rectangle. Like, I haven't tried it, but I'll try it with you guys live. So let's see.
Great.
That should be possible.
with SDFs.
Yeah, with SDFs.
Nice.
Like you are going
Okay.
to divide each a rectangle into 20 particular parts, right? Then you have to give those parts some certain values or colors.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. So what you can do is create a material for this, and then we'll probably use a rectangle. So search for rectangle, SDF rectangle, and we'll have a step. Connect this here, and first of all we'll adjust its values. So half size, we don't need it. We 0.05 looks good, and for height, you can keep it 0.35. Probably looks good. And the location, so SDF translation, we can use it to move it around. Let's say this is a rectangle, we can move this here minus 0.4. Next, we make sure we haven't selected anything else. We'll just copy this here, copy this here, and again copy this. We are just gonna create this for 4 bars, and just use a SDF union probably, or mix. Let's see. This should be 0.3. Connect, connect, and connect. This is a problem. Intersection would fine, I guess, would work fine. Difference, half plane, intersection, smooth union. Yep, intersection. Okay, wait. This, yeah, intersection works fine, but we have to just move this. Yep. And then again use SDF intersection here between these two. This would be 0, and this should be 0.2 probably, and use another SDF intersection. There are a lot of ways to create the same thing, but I'm just using this way. So yeah, we have created all of these 4 bars. We have got another space left for another bar. So let's just add that as well. So copy paste, connect to SDF intersection. Okay. What would be the location? Would be 0.4. Yeah. And now you can probably add some more features to this. Let's see if we can add rounding. So we have got this SDF. Add this here and see if or we can add this here. No, it won't work. It should be here between this. But the size of our SDFs are too small right now. Rounding would work. As you can see, the radius there, it's there. But for now, let's just not add rounding. Let's see if we have anything else. SDF star, repeat, ellipse, probably. Ellipse are, let's have this same thing here. And 0.35. And add a CF union. See if this works. Guys, it's mainly about experimentation. If you don't experiment, then okay, So we have these two different shapes. They're not going well actually. So let's just leave this idea. We'll continue with our original plan. Now we have to give all of this some unique color. So we can probably use there was a patch for this. Just search for color. Yeah, color spectrum. Import. Done. This should work, but let's see. Multiply. Screen size, device. Yeah. I've got colors to this, and right now what we let's see what we need to animate. So we need to animate probably it's y value. So we'll add the transition patches here. Vector 2. Just have 4 of these. Or 5 because we have got 5 audio bars. And probably we'll change the animation type to quadratic in and out. So all of them have the same animation. Yep, got this. And was our half size on X should be 0.05. So it's a bit of repetitive process. If you don't want to repeat all of this, you can probably use script, but we'll not be using script in this project. Okay, 0.35. It should start from 0.15 and go up to 0.35. Okay. Yep. Let's connect this to half size. And half. Okay. Now we'll have the audio analyzer as usual. Connect 5 bands. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just have to get an audio file. Let's see which one. .m48. Guys, you're understanding the process, right? Until this point.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll use this. Drag and drop. Move this aside. Audio player. Single clip controller. Connect the audio here. Screen tab. Okay. So restart and let's see if this works. Oops. I haven't connected. Okay, I haven't made a speaker. Speaker audio. Connect this to the first output here. Restart. Yes. So yeah, this is how you can use SDFs, and instead of making multiple rectangles, you can just have one rectangle and have all these different audio bars. And this is how I did the uh, have you guys seen Shubha's AR filter, Devil's Food Cake? In that we have an audio, we have a ring on the head, and it is audio reactive. So this is the exact process. I had a cylinder, and each the whole cylinder has these individual bars that react to the audio. And like this, imagine the same thing repeated for like 96 audio bars. I definitely created a patch, and used eight like in the multiples of eight, and created 96 audio bars that react to eight different audio bands. Yeah, you can use the same process because using 3D model of all those audio bars, or using different planes for different audio frequencies, is too resource intensive for the filter, and it will not load, because we initially tried that and the filter didn't load for 10 to 15 seconds. And if your filter doesn't load in starting 3 seconds, then the user will jump off to another filter. Yeah, this is how you can do it. The SDFs. We'll take a look at some more SDFs. So did you get this project? Did you
Yeah, it's clear.
understand this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. I'll hide this and make something else now. Oh, wait. This I probably have to move somewhere. Just group this. And this group SDF audio bars. This was a SDF text animation. By the way, I'm using Control G to group different patches. You can anytime later just click here and click on ungroup, and you'll have all the patches. So yeah, next we'll take a look at some more. Canvas 3, canvas 2, add rectangle. Okay, now we'll take a look at circle probably. 250, 250, center, create material. It would be a circle. Once you have a shape, you can just combine multiple shapes using SDF union or SDF intersection. Both work. SDF circle. If you can this directly, it will not work. As you can see, there's some here. You can see the halo of the rectangle that we created, but we are not able to see the circle because we haven't added the step. Just add a step patch. Oops, edge. And we got the circle. Probably I'll create a background so that this is more clearly visible. Material BG and black. Yeah, circle is visible. And now we'll animate the circle. Simple animation would be the radius. This one. And if you go outside of our rectangle, then it will fill up this rectangle. So you can probably have some animation, let's say, or rectangle covers the whole screen. And it is like this. And you can have this animation come here and cover the screen by just animating this, the loop animation and transition patch. from 0 to, I'd say 0.8 or 1 also works fine. So restart and play. So yeah, you can change the animation type to exponential. So whenever last time we talked how you can make the a transition effect between changing different values in the UI picker 1, 2, 3, 4. You can have this type of transition when the user changes different backgrounds. It's also possible. So yeah, this is a circle, and let's now make the circle. So it's looking like an ellipse right now. So we'll change its height to fixed again and change it to 250. Okay. Now just add a smooth step to make this. So we need to make this here and change this to 0. Yeah. So as you can see, you can have this and change the radius. So it looks better. And sometimes when you don't have, when you don't want to use render passes to make the glowing effect, or you don't have a texture for glowing effect, you can use this, because whenever the object glows, uh, the texture is blurred. As you saw here, there's a base texture and the second texture is blurred. So if you want to make a glowing circle, you can make one circle like this, which is blurred, and the second one would be to use a normal circle and make this to change this blend mode to add and animate it. Yeah, because if you use render passes with segmentation, it doesn't run on majority of the devices. It limits the reach of your filter. Yeah, this is about circle, I'd say. You can probably connect some more. Let's say SDF star and connect this to a step, not smooth step, normal step. This is our star. Connect this here and add a SDF slant. No, union. Let's try union this time. Let's see if it works or not. Okay, this should be, yeah. As you know, union takes average of both, I'd say. So instead of this, we'll use SDF intersection. Yes. Connect this and connect this. Yeah, we have got both the shapes ready. And we can make a glowing effect on this if you want. I like this. Probably. This is how you can add multiple shapes and make SDF textures out of it. And also, if you want to create a rectangle, a triangle, let's say, step points. See, you can animate this and make some cool effects.
Nice.
Yeah. Animate the points value, and if you keep the points to 3, it is a triangle, and then you can use SDF translation, or a better way, which I usually use to use texture transform and use a 2D transform. Texture transform will take this texture and connect the circle, and you can use 2D transform for the transformation and add the rotation here. So yeah, you can make some really good effects with this. Also, you can change the scale and everything, but it will be in that rectangle itself that you have created. So guys, did you get this? Using different SDF patterns, So now I want you to experiment with the SDFs, and that will be our second assignment, which we'll tell at the end. But do you have any other doubts? Like there are a lot more, as you can see, line, star, scale. Scale, instead of using a 2D transform pack to adjust its scale, you can use this to scale that SDF. Let's say we have this SDF here, and you want to scale it like we did. It is giving us the same result. So majority of it is repeated in different patches. And let's say SDF slant, connect SDF shape, the position of the shape, yeah, slant, yeah. You can, let's say you have a SDF, you can change its angle to make it look like it's slanted. And also I'll give you a project file only for you, like that's like, it's one I got from one of the Gumroad projects, but I'll give this to you. You can see how different shapes are created. All of this has this patch setup, has different colors, and you can probably use this for the hackathon as well, like hackathon or future projects that you will work on. This definitely has used slant. Here you can see the shape looks like it's tilted. It looks like it's slant. Okay, yeah. Did you guys get this? Did you guys understand the use of SDFs?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
clear.
Awesome. Close this. Oh,
दिवाली हैकाथन पहले से पता चलता तो यूज कर लेते.
हाँ
डेडलाइन तो आज ही है उसका.
हाँ वो आज ही है. So yeah, you've made some interesting effects. I have seen what you've made. Those are really good. Let's see. Let's start with the 2D creation pipeline. I'll give screen to Honey. Honey will start.
Sure.
Woohoo.
Okay, guys, so we are going to learn about 2D creation pipeline and different tips and tricks to make your effect better. Okay, let me share my screen.
Just for the context, like if you guys don't know, some of you are like from different batch, so I'll just tell, like, he has created a lot of beauty filters. He has got over 10 billion impressions. Like, it's huge. All of the influencers, all of the celebrities use only Honey's filter. So when he creates a beauty filter or a 2D filter, he knows what he is talking about. Like, he has created some amazing effects. So yeah,
all thanks to my mentor Varun sir. He taught me well. Okay, so
there's a documentation for SDFs on SparkAR page. I'll just put that link in the chat.
Sure.
Let's start with the 2D creation pipeline from Honey.
Varun, share the screen thanks to Honey
Oh,
PC.
sorry.
Yeah.
Honey PC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So we are going to start with basic, and then we are going to move forward, like the difficulties we face when we create LUT filters and image sequence filters, and if filter size is going exceeding 4 MB, and how we can compress it, optimize it. Just like Varun said, if the filter is small, it will gain more engagement. So let's start with that.
So guys, all of you are comfortable in Hindi. Like by in Hindi, I mean English. Hindi and English combined.
English.
Are you guys comfortable?
Yes, I'm comfortable.
Okay, yeah. Great. Okay.
So let me create a simple LUT filter here. I'm going to start with Photoshop and then different website that I use to optimize my filter.
Sure.
Oh.
Do we need to keep in mind, like SparkAR needs a particular type of resolution, or we can keep it as minimum as we can?
like try to keep it as minimal as possible. Because if the filters if the filter is going up 4 MB, the Facebook will not allow you to upload it. So try to keep it as optimized as possible. I'm going to teach you. I'm starting with Photoshop, like how we can correct the LUT if we are facing issues. And
Sure.
then we are going to learn about Lightroom and PixArt, then different website to optimize the pictures.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
just make sure that you sorry to cut you off, but just make sure that your textures are in the power of 2, 512, 256, 1024. 1024 is the
Yeah.
max. If you should not like go above that for AR objects. So yeah, just make sure your effect is the LUT resolution is in this
Got it.
256 or 512 by 512. Okay,
Okay.
over to you, Honey.
so I'm using one of my LUT, and so as you can see, we have a oversaturation here in the shoulder area and in the chest area and in the head area too. So how we are going to fix that? It's very basic. We are all familiar with Photoshop, right? So I'm going to quickly import this to Photoshop and then tell you guys how to fix this. So what happens is like how I create beauty filters and color tone filters. What I do is I go on YouTube and search for a preset. Like for example, if I want to create a golden hour filter, then I'm going to go on YouTube and search golden hour preset Lightroom. Okay. So there are many channels that provide amazing presets. So you download the preset from the YouTube video and apply it on your a 8x8 file. But make sure to only copy the color tones, not the other effect like sharpening, dehaze, grains. It will mess up your filter. Only try to copy the color tones like HSL, exposure, brightness, highlight, shadows, not the effect things like grain, saturation, not saturation, sharpening, dehaze, effects like that. Only copy color tones. So we have our that here. I'm going to optimize it to fix the oversaturation that is happening in our filter. So first of all, go and edit image size. Change to resample to nearest neighbor and change width and height to 400. Okay, so now that's done. Go to filter, blur and smart blur. Okay, now change the quality to high. uh, Increase the threshold to 100 and try to play with the image. Like as you can see here, the pixels are it is pixelated, but when we blur it's gone. So try to play with the values, because if you're going to increase too much, it's going to pixelate it again. So try to play with the values. The values I use is 25 to 30. So as you can see, it's almost gone. Click on OK. It will take a few seconds and done. Just save it again. So that's so most of the saturation is gone. Now we are going to optimize it with edges color patch. So as you can see here, the oversaturation is decreased. So try to play with those values. If I go with, so we can see we have a green type of thing. Green type of thing in the dark area. So what you can do is go in the fast color LUT patch and search for clamp. Okay. If you are familiar with LUT filters, you may know that some of the LUT filters have red type of grains in the filter. So how you can fix that? Open fast color LUT and try to play with the clamp value. I go with 0.5. See, now the oversaturation is gone. The LUT is clear, no oversaturation. And we have a little bit of greenish in this area. Again, we have to play with the values a little bit more and it will be fixed. So that's how you optimize your LUTs. If you are facing issues like if you are facing grains or issues like that. Now that's done. Now let's move forward to image sequence, like how you optimize your images without losing the image quality. So I use few sites, and most of these are from this website, like few tools and EZGIF. It has amazing tools. It can do the job without losing your image quality. So as it's Diwali, I'm going to make a Diwali filter. So as you can see, I have few textures here. Okay, now it's 95 KB, 168, and it's all those three images combined are 410 KB. Now our job is to decrease the image size without losing the quality. So what we are going to do is it's PNG, right? So we have compressed PNG. Compressed PNG. It's the best site to compress your PNG textures. So just drag and drop. So as you can see, it's showing how much percentile the image is decreased, the size, 55, 47, and 59. So just click on download all. It will download the file. So as you can see, it went from 410 KB to 200 KB. Let's use it in our filter. And now as it's already optimized, you don't have to optimize it from the Spark software. Just keep it on done. Okay, let's just go with that. Now, what I want to do is I want to add a firework animation here. Okay, so I have few textures here. I'm going to show you. So we have this. So it's in GIF format. Okay, so you can browse Giphy to get the GIFs. Okay, so now we are going to convert this GIF to MP4, and then we are going to convert this to image sequence. So yeah, we have video to JPG converter, but we are going to do is GIF to MP4 converter. So just load your GIF. We are going to go with this load the GIF. Okay, we have our GIF here, convert it to MP4. Download the MP4 and load it here. So we're going to load our MP4 file here. Okay, so convert on, click on convert to JPG. You can select the frame rates from here. We have 5, 10, and 20. I'm going with 10. Convert to JPG, and we have our image sequence here. So I already downloaded this. It's here. Okay, it's here. Go in Spark here. In image sequence, choose file. So it's loaded. Now canvas rectangle. Okay, now let's adjust the FPS. Okay, 10. Change the blend mode. Try to get black background images so we can blend it easily. Let's go with the screen. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have a frame cutting here. So how we can fix this? Try to use a mask. Like if I click on alpha and then select a simple mask, you can create mask on Photoshop. Very simple. A mask here, you can see it's gone. Let me use a depth of we can use sprite sheet as well. GIF frame splitter. So instead of changing it to the video, select your GIF and click on upload. Split into frames. So sprite sheet converter. Sorry. GIF. Okay. So we have image sequence and then we have sprite sheet. Okay, and from here you can control the column and rows. So I'm going with the default. Let's change it to 2 probably, and then convert on sprite sheet. So we have our sprite sheet here. So I don't recommend you using a sprite sheet, but if you are using a single object image, you can use sprite sheet. So how to use a sprite sheet? It's very simple. I'm going to show you. Start this and sprite sheet. So I'm using a very basic low quality image here. I'm going to show you how this looks like. So this is my sprite sheet. I have converted this from GI to sprite sheet, but what happens is when we import a high quality sprite sheet in Spark, it automatically decreases the quality. So that's why I don't recommend you to use sprite sheet. You can go in now. How to use a sprite sheet if you want to use it? Go in the import the texture, like just drag and drop. Here's our texture, just drag and drop. Okay, and then you change the type to sprite sheet. Okay, and now play with the rows, column, and sprite. So we have total 20 number of images here in the single sprite. Also, we are going to change it to 20. And as you can see, I have selected the columns to 2. So we are keeping the columns to 2, and rows, there are total 10 rows. So we are keeping 10 rows. And yeah, that's it. Just add it to to your animation sequence. Just add your Firework image to your animation sequence, change the FPS, and you are good to go. You can use the spreadsheet. And now with like how to create preset with Lightroom. So we have our original LUT here. Okay. And we have different presets here. You can download this from YouTube, or you can download this from Lightroom library as well. People from different categories share amazing presets in the Lightroom library. So you can download that from the app as well. So here we are downloading a preset from the Lightroom library, and yeah, we are saving it in the device. So here, keep in mind that you have to remove all the effects that are applied. Like if the preset has grains, you have to remove that. If the effect has sharpening, you have to remove that. You have to only keep the colors. If you don't do that, the filter will look odd. It will have oversaturation and red grains. And if even after you remove all that, and even if the filter has the red grains, you can use the Photoshop trick, the smart blur trick that I showed you in the beginning, to remove the red grains or the oversaturation, and you can use adjust color patch as well. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was quite helpful for everyone, I guess.
Okay. Also, I'm going to share the links to all the websites that I've used.
Sure.
Yeah, so right now what I wanted to show is the 3D using 3D and Blender to optimize your 3D files. So let's just do that. So we'll open Sketchfab and look for car. Just a sec, I'm sharing my screen. Post. Just give me the host permission and I'll just share. I don't know why there's no co-host in this. Yeah.
I think you can make co-host.
Yeah.
But
There should be an option.
yeah, it is in Zoom. It is there, I guess.
Yeah, it is there, but
Okay, got it.
when I open it, it just gives me option to make host, not co-host. But yeah, cool. Now I'll just share my screen. Okay. So this is Sketchfab, where you can get a lot of free 3D objects, or you can also use 3G Trader. That's one another website, but Sketchfab also is partnered up with Spark AR, and you can look for these 3D object inside Spark AR Studio as well. Yeah, and usually I go here because I don't like to 3D or like I don't like to model all of the objects myself. So I just get 3D models and optimize it, then use it in my filters. So it is just more lot. It is a lot more time efficient than just modeling it on your own. But if you want anything custom, then you have to model it. Yeah. Now we'll just look for a car low poly, and we'll optimize its textures. So it should be downloadable, and we'll get, okay, this looks cool. We'll get this. It has 10K polygons. That's good for us, but we will get something that has more polygons. Okay, this mini car looks cool. Okay, this has 43,000 polygons. So we'll get this and we'll optimize it in Blender. So first download this. Oh, this is GLTF. I guess these parts have to be separated, but we'll get this and we'll first optimize it. And then we'll get a FBX file and we'll use that in our filter. So just drag and drop. This is the file source. And now we'll open it in Blender. So I have got this version of Blender. Click on General and remove everything. Go to File, go to Import, and import the. Right now we have downloaded a GLTF file, so you have to select under Import, select GLTF. So it will show you GLTF files. Desktop, sources. Well, I guess it is yeah. So we'll just extract this. Okay, we have got the file here. Yeah, we have got our car. So you need to first install Spark AR Toolkit in Blender. You can look that up here. Toolkit. The process of installation is pretty simple. You just download and go to Edit, Preferences, and under Add-ons, you can just click on Install and install the. You just click on Install and install your plugin inside of Blender. And then once you installed, click on N. It will show you this menu, and once installed, you'll get this a new Spark AR Toolkit menu at the bottom. So right now you can see it has 43,000 polygons. That is not quite suitable for Spark AR. Usually it should be less than 30,000 polygons, and the overall triangle count should be less than 150,000. So let's say you're using 4 cars or 5 cars, and you have polygon count of 200,000 or 300,000, then it will not be optimized or it will not work. So what you can do is you can individually reduce the number of polygons to less than 30,000 using this add-on, and then use it in your filters. So right now we'll reduce the number of triangles by adjusting this slider. Here what I'll do is I'll just put on a number. Let's say 25%. After 25%, the triangle count is reducing to 32,000. We don't want that. So we'll try 28. No. 29. Closer. And 31. Yeah, 29.8. 30 is 30.2. No. We need 31. So once you know the reduction percentage, just click on apply and it will reduce the number of polygons. There's another way to do this, but I don't use that generally. That is using a modifier. So you have to select the object that you want to reduce the number of polygons. And here you can add a decimate add-on, decimate modifier. As you can see, the face count is so let's say 50. No, collapse.
Collapse is better.
Triangulate. Yeah. I don't really use this Decimator plugin, a Decimator modifier. I just use the Spark AI toolkit. It works best for me. Deepayan, if you are if you have used this, just let me know.
Yeah, I have. I actually took my session to then I talked about Blender and optimizing it in my class.
Yeah, you have used Decimator modifier.
Yeah, I use Decimate. You just have to lower the ratio value till you find the sweet spot.
Nice. So right now at 72, it's 31. So let's reduce this. Yep. 28. So 0.69 works best. And once you're happy with the number of polygons, the number of face counts, you just apply this modifier. Then just export this mesh and import that into Spark AI Studio. That usually is the process. But since this is not FBX, so we don't have the individual parts. So I'll get some other 3D object which is in FBX, so we can animate the model. So yeah, let's see this one. We have got another car, right? Oh, sorry. We'll get that. This one, 10,000. Let's see if it's in FBX. Yeah. FBX, download, open. Oops. And just open Blender. Central file import FBX. Yep, we have got this car, and we can individually animate these objects. Let's say this. Yeah. So this has less number of polygons as we saw on Sketchfab. It just has 10,000. So we can directly import this. So let's just close this and open Spark AI Studio. Sharing experience. Yeah. Now just drag and drop. This is too much. First, we'll put this in a null object. Null car. This and then adjust the size. Yeah, this works best for us. Get this below. Okay. Rotation. 90. So yeah, this now we just need to optimize the materials. So let's say this is tire material. So shall we make this I had made this an effect for a music creator. So I'll try and make that effect for this 3D object. So let's start with this. So for that, this is better, 90. And now we'll create a plane. We'll hide it for now. We'll first optimize its textures. A rim. Change everything to physically based, so we have more control over it. Yeah. And tires can be black. The rim can be more metallic. Just get a texture. Search your library. Sunset. Yeah. Make them metallic. And we can use the same thing for Chrome here. Just apply the environment, sunset, and make them metallic. Yeah. Plus. This is fine. And for the hood, yeah, we have got our car here. And let's see if we can add lights to this. We can probably add a point light. Or we'll just add a circle and use underpass if that's possible here. And now we'll animate it according to our face movement. So let's just add a face tracker. Create a producer patch. Yeah, then take the null and add a patch for the position. Then we need to use a clamp probably. And a smooth vector because we need the movement to be very smooth. So just search for smooth and get the smooth vector 3 patch. And yeah, 3D position, enable smooth. So the smooth value will make this 200 works fine. And add this here. So let's see if I can take nope, possible. This nope. Logitech, I can probably take this. Or my Spark Air crashed. Yeah, now let's see if, oh my, there's a camera problem. OBS has a deactivate and activate. Okay, where is this turned on? Close OBS and enable Logitech webcam. And yeah, you can see this, right? For now, I have disabled my OBS. Yeah. So if you go outside the screen, we don't want the car to be going outside the screen. So we'll use a clamp patch for the X and Y. We don't want the car to moving in Y direction. We just want it to moving in X. So we'll just get a clamp patch. So what you'll do is use unpack, get these values, use pack. X we need to modify. Z, yeah, we don't want Z. We don't want to modify the Z. It's Y should be 0. it should only move in X. Oops. Yeah. It can move a bit in Y. No, not this. So we'll add a clamp patch here. So the maximum should be, let's say, how much is this? 0.5, 0.07. 0.07 to here. Oops. This is 0.07 and minus 0.07 should work. Yeah, it will be locked to the screen. Okay. And now we can probably make so let's do this here. And yeah, we can probably make a road for this car. I'll just get a road texture. Just give me 2 minutes. Road. Yeah. PNG. So till this point, you got you understood like how you can add a 3D object, optimize its number of polygons, and add it to Spark AR.
Yeah.
And use clamp patch. Yeah. Textures. I'm just optimizing. I'm just getting all the assets required. Road and what do we require? This. Retro. Yeah, got the file. Screen sharing. Now what we'll do is we'll add a road. So first add another object because we'll add all the roads here. So we need the road to be bigger in the Y. So we can change it to this, and we need it to be slant. We can probably position it in this. Yeah. Rotate it. Minus 75 probably. minus, this doesn't look good. 80. Oh, minus 85. This looks good. You can probably change its X. Make it 4. Yeah, this works. And then we'll create a material for this. So creating material, flat. I got textures here. Mhm. Yep, all this. Get the road in Sparkyard and connect them. This looks cool, and we can use a texture transform. Oops, not this. And use a 2D transform. To animate this. Let's say Y. We can adjust its translation, probably. Use a transition patch. This is vector 2, connect a vector 2, connect this. It should go from 0 to, it should move in Y direction. So yeah, we'll keep X0 and Y as 1, 0 to 1. Connect this. Okay, there's some issue here. We'll have to fix this. Okay, the pivot maybe. To transform pack, texture. Scale is 1. Yeah, this should be good, but where is the issue?
Double-sided नहीं हुआ ये?
Yeah, kya? No, not double-sided. We'll probably see if we can use some other road texture here. Have many road textures available. There's a UV stretching happening, so we don't want that to happen. So what we can do is we can probably change its here clamping mode to repeat, and that should be solved. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, when you set the clamping mode to repeat, so this is what happens. So your textures will not have this issue. Okay, let's see if we can move this. Yes, and our car is not in proper direction, so we'll move that. We'll also give this same. Oh, we have a problem because okay, 15 should look good. If not 15 or 5. Yeah, so we'll move this a bit down or in the position, or we can probably, what we can do is we can add this here. Okay, 0.05. So let's see if it matches. Yeah, it looks fine. And we'll move all of this a bit forward. Our car is a little bit behind right now, so we'll move this forward a bit. So in the X position, we'll give this an X or Z. We can do is we can probably give this some Yeah, this looks fine. And we can move our road as well a bit forward. So this is 0.5, no, minus 0.5, yes, 0.35, 0.25. This looks fine. We can build on top of this. And right now we want our wheels to be rotating. So we can just do that by getting the wheels object. Yeah. And go to actions and animate, spin. It's spinning in the wrong direction. Just change that. This is also wrong direction. Okay. Let's see, wait. Wheels. Y. Y is correct actually.
रोटेशन होगा ना?
Huh. So we're getting the rotation and we're rotating it in Y. Why is it tilted like this, by the way? Let's see. Some issue though.
उसका पोजीशन 0 हो गया इस वजह से.
Huh.
0 degree.
Yeah, so what we can do is we can probably give this 90, minus 90, and give this as well minus 90. And then if we add this to this, or this, this works. So yeah, it's a lot of experimentation for me. Like if you ask me anything, then I'll make it and then I'll give an answer. That's how I work.
That's
Yeah,
how we all work.
Yeah. Yeah, we have got this. Where is wheel 1? Okay, this is wheel 1. Yep, we have got this. Now, yeah, now we have got this. You might have seen those retro Cinema 4D renders. You can make that into a filter using this technique. And our car is above the ground again, so we can probably move it down a bit. This is too much, 0.0. Okay, this is the perfect number. Yeah. And now we'll add some spotlights to this. Go here. Under car, we'll add it. Add object, spotlight. We need it towards our lights. So where are our lights? Body shell, maybe in body shell. Roof, interior, no. Or we can just manually move it.
There was headlight, the body shell. At the very bottom.
Yep, we can add it as a child of this. And why is it not inheriting its position though? No. We'll just eyeball the location of this. Change the lights color to red or something so we can see that. And I'll make everything black. Everything else black. Keep this behind. Rectangle material. Okay, our car is here. Yeah. So now we'll position the lights. Got the car, the spotlight. range is this, density is full. It's below, so we'll move this above. And our plane material is flat, so it's not reacting. We'll make that shit, texture. Normal, we don't, mission we don't want. Environment, can we? No. I'll again mess it up. So yeah, we have the spotlight, but it is not giving us that effect.
It is visible but barely light.
Yeah, it's very less.
Hmm.
Let's see with the white light. Array, shit. Or we can try and rotate this. Yeah, it is there, but it's barely visible. What can we do? Probably turn off other lights. No, we need those lights. Oh shit. We'll rotate this and see what works. T, and we'll see which works for us. Yeah, this should be good. You can see it there, but it's barely there, like range. Yeah, this works. And we can take it a bit behind. So let's say minus 0.2. Why?
Duplicate lights.
Like we'll place it on one light first, and then I'll duplicate it. It's just that it's barely visible. That's one thing. Oops, minus 0.15. And move this back. Then duplicate. So now you have this effect, but it's not looking like it's one light. So what we have to do is we probably have to use both the angles to make sure it looks like one, like to make sure it looks like there are two different lights. And yeah, we have to rotate this again and bring this down. Shit. Oh, rotate. Why is this not visible though? It's barely visible again. Oh, range is too much, I guess. One light and second light. Yeah, they should work. Then we can make lights for all the remaining, like, you know, we can make backlights, and then it will look like a more immersive experience. I'll just open another project that I did. Just close this, discard, row texture. Some project, yeah, right, PBR. So this project should help you get an idea of what you can do with this exact 3D creation pipeline. Okay, older project. Oh, there's audio. So I'll probably turn on the music, turn off the music. On the webcam. There was this SDF for the head, and I had used the same type of project. Like here you can see there are spotlights in front and behind. There are two. This project can be improved a lot if you add render pass, and you can make these lights glowing, or you can make glowing textures in Photoshop and make them glow. Yeah, this was the whole setup, and this text was 3D track to head. And if you and there was some way to move it forward also. Logic was pretty similar. Let's this is very long back, so it's not organized, but it was very simple logic. Clamp and just animated textures, I'd say. So do you guys get this? Like how you can use how you can first of all get 3D objects, optimize them in Blender, and then use it in your projects. Later you can use clamp patch to kind of make the object stay in this exact position. Then use texture transform to make this road kind of effect. And yeah, and use spotlights to make the light for the car. So I'll just turn off this, open something new. Okay, and quickly I'll just talk about the assignment. So you guys understood this, right?
Yes, yes. It's clear.
Some reason I'm not able to turn on my camera. A lot of technical difficulties. Let's turn this off. Ah, shit. Not possible to turn this on. Cool. Let's leave this. I'll just use my normal webcam. Stop sharing. This doesn't look great at all compared to the setup that we had earlier. Oh. Gallery view. Cool. I'll just remove the spotlight. So guys, did you get to learn anything new in this session about SDFs, about 2D creation pipeline and 3D creation pipeline? And
Yeah, mostly about SDFs.
yeah, 3D, you have made a lot of effects.
I know
You
3D,
already
yeah.
know about 3D. Yeah.
I know a bit about 2D as well, but it was some of the stuff was new for me. I use GIMP, I don't use Photoshop, so it's just basic stuff.
GIMP is GIMP is a lot. GIMP is free, right?
Yeah, it's like free Photoshop.
Nice. And also there's Photopea.
I currently use GIMP and Krita.
Photopea is online, right?
Yeah, Photopea is online.
Yeah.
So, Honey, did you want to show anything?
Yeah, I just forgot to show one of my effects. Yeah, I'm going to show it.
Okay. I'm just fixing my camera here.
It's visible, right? So yeah, just quickly wanted to show one of my effects. This is made from animation sequence, and to blend this, I have used a lot of access color effects, as you can see here. Let me just show you quickly. So yeah, very basic but cool looking effect. I have used the thing is I have used more than 300 images here. So the main goal was to optimize this effect. So what I have done is I have changed all of the GIF to all the videos to the image sequence, and then I have compressed, optimized it from the website that I showed you. You can use PNG tree as well to bulk optimize. the current website that I showed you can optimize 20 images at one time. So,
Yeah, that's about it, I guess, for this session. And I'll quickly talk about the assignment. It's pretty simple. The just have to create something with SDFs.
SBF and one beauty effect, like just add some
Beauty
light and
effect.
makeup. Yeah.
Just use SDF circle rectangle and put the camera texture inside the SDF without using external textures. What you do is just use an SDF circle or rectangle, put the camera texture inside it and manipulate it and make some effect. And the second one is create a beauty effect. What I'll do is I'll quickly share this in WhatsApp. Some of you guys might forget it later. And also I'll share some of the other videos.
Yeah, same. The week 3 render passing.
Yeah,
that we are going to
render passing
discuss in
effects.
session 4.
Yeah,
Varun,
render pass.
you also had to send that energizer, energy
Yeah,
meter,
yeah,
energy meter.
Yeah. My PC wasn't set up, like it got set up just yesterday.
Energy meter and the website links.
Yeah, just assignment 3 I'm just sharing in the group right now. And so just tell me what do I have to share. First one is energy meter project, and the second one is optimization for your filter, that is the particle fade.
Yeah. And you also said that you will be sharing the STF one.
Yeah. Particles fade script, SDF presets.
For the particles, I'll just send you my project.
Yeah, okay. Take second. Yeah, energy meter project, particle fade script, SDF presets, and anything else?
I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, great. That's about it, I guess. And just complete the third assignment, and we'll see you in the next session. Great. Thanks a lot for joining.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Good night, everyone.
Good night.